ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि वेदांत आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातनधर्मसाधकभक्तसेवक उपासक संस्थापकानां समस्त शत्रुविघ्ननिवारणद्वारा शक्तिसाधना सम्पदावाप्तिद्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री आनोभद्रा सूक्तस्य पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आनो भद्राः सूक्तम्। Asamantat na bhadra means asking the Lord to send everything auspicious from all directions to reach us. It's a very beautiful, powerful Veda mantra. Just chant Om Adhano Bhadra Suktam Rugveda Samhita Pratama Mandalam Pratama Ashtakam Ekona Navaditama Suktam Om आनो भद्राः क्रतवो यन्तु विश्वतो दग्धासो अपरीतास उद्भिदः देवानो यथा सदमित् वृधे असन्नप्रायुवो रक्षितारो दिवे दिवे देवानां भद्रासु मतिर्रुचूयतां देवानां रातिरविनो निवर्तताम देवानां सख्यमुपसेदिमा वयं देवान आयो प्रतिरन्तु जीवसे तान् पूर्वया निविदाहुमहे वयं भगं मित्रमदितिं दक्षमश्रिदम् अर्यमणं वरुणं सोममश्विना सरस्वतीन सुभगामयस्करत तन्नो वातो मयो भुवातु भेषजम् तन्माता पृथिवी तत्पिता द्यौः तद्ग्रावाणः सोमसुतो मयो भुवस्तदश्विना शृणुतं धिष्ण्या युवं तमीशानं जगतस्तस्तु शस्पतिं धियं जिन्वमवसे हूमहे वयं पूषा नो यथा वेदसामसत् हृदे रक्षिता पायुरदब्धस्वस्तये स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु पृषदश्वामरुत पृश्निमातरः शुभं यावानो विदतेषु जग्मयः अग्निजिह्वामनव सूरचक्षसो विश्वेनो देवा अवसा गमन्निह भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिर्व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः शतमिन्नु शरदो अन्ति देवा यत्रानश्चक्रा जरसं तनूनाम पुत्रासो यत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मध्यारीरिषतायुर्गन्तोः अदितिर्द्यौरदितिरन्तरिक्षमदितिर्माता स पिता स पुत्रः विश्वे देवा अदिति पञ्चजना अदितिर्जातमदितिर्जनित्वम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्य प्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हे व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ओमथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तो सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ तृतीयोऽनुवाकः chant the third anuvakam ॐ प्राणं देवा अनुप्राणन्ते मनुष्याः पशवश्च ये प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यते सर्वमेव त आयुर्यन्ते ये प्राणं ब्रह्मोपासते प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् प्राणमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा मनोमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविधताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य यजुरेव शिरः ऋक्दक्षिणः पक्षः सामोत्तरः पक्षः आदेश आत्मा अथर्वाङ्गिरसः पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Salutations to Parabrahma, to the Shruti Mata, to all the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi, Muni, Guru, Devata. Special salutations to Sri Vedavyas Bhagavan, Vaishambhayana Rishi, Yajnavalkya Rishi, and Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara, the Bhashyakara. Salutations to our own Gurus. What we are studying is Upanishad, should be studied in a very secluded, sacred outer and inner atmosphere for its deeper understanding. So may the Lord and Gurus bless us with that type of outer inner atmosphere to us very soon. But for them to bless us, we have to show our willingness and readiness. For the sake of that only, this attempt of our studying the Upanishad with Bhashyam wherever we are. And yet, all the time we should feel that restlessness that we are not able to understand the Shastra thoroughly. From that restlessness alone, our own self effort, our own invocation of the Lord's grace becomes intense. With that, when we again re-study or retry, that time the understanding goes into the next deeper, clear level. This is how relentlessly, without leaving the study of the Adhyatma Shastras, especially Upanishads, we have to become deeper and clearer in our understanding regarding what they are guiding us in, what they are teaching us. May we all that way be very sincere, regular in this pursuit. We are into this Brahmananda Valli of the Taittiriya Upanishad. In this, Brahma Tattva as Satyam Jnanam Anantam is explained. Then it is to be discovered in the Hridaya Akasha, that also is said. Now, to make us reach to that Hridaya Akasha Brahma, among many, many techniques sadhanas given to many sadhakas by many gurus at various periods of evolution or of the time, here in Taittiriya Upanishad, the Panchakosha Viveka is taken as the means to reach to Paramatma. Right from the beginning till the end, what we have to keep, even though we are studying what Shruti Mata is saying, is that our goal is not to get stuck up at any of these koshas. In whatever the manner they are explained, the logic is everything. Our purpose is to reach to Parabrahma. First in understanding, second in meditation, third in our experience. All other explanations given are only to take us from the grossest level to the little subtler and subtler and subtler. And that travel we have to do along with Shruti Mata while studying. Then we are really doing the sadhana. Else, some intellectual information will come, but we continue to stay where we were in the world only, maximum identified only with the Annamaya Kosha. So may we invoke again Guru Bhagavat Krupa, even for this also, that while studying only, we become serious, sincere, and genuine to travel accordingly from one grosser level to the subtler and subtler and subtler. Now we have seen Annamaya Kosha exhaustively, Pranamaya Kosha also being told to us. Then regarding this Pranamaya Kosha, whatever the Yajur Brahmana said to substantiate it, what the Rigveda mantra is saying, we are seeing that. Now, while studying it only, what care we have to take is each of the kosha is Pakshi. Okay, so we can call it as Annamaya Pakshi, Pranamaya Pakshi, Manomaya Pakshi, Vijnanamaya Pakshi, Anandamaya, because that is how Shruti Mata is guiding us. Point one. Point two is what? Very, very essential point. Ki there are two types of these Panchakoshas. One type is what we are living now. Second type is what the Upanishad is telling. Upanishad is telling the pure Panchakoshas. What we are living is manipulated Panchakoshas. Means Upanishad, when it is talking about Annamaya Kosha, it is talking about Annamaya Kosha per se. Whether it is of animal, plant, human, whatever, Pakshi, ityadi, jiska bhi ho. But in that Annamaya Kosha, we have lot of, doings done with that Annamaya Kosha because of its possibilities. About this, the Shruti Mata is not talking. Pure as what Annamaya. In the same way, purely what is Pranamaya Kosha in creation. About that, Shruti Mata is talking. With this Pranamaya Kosha, identified variety of things what we do, they are all our manipulations. All are our own imagination projection. Therefore, what one thing we have to keep in mind is, without our imagination projection on these Annaprana, after which we do so many things, without these things, as such the Shruti is talking about these koshas, that point we have to keep in mind. Like the pranamaya koshas, lakshanas are hunger and thirst. And this hunger and thirst is never satiated because till we die, because that is how the body maintained. But along with that, so many of other things of eating only this one or that one or wanting this, that, ye sara samsar. In the original Pranamaya, it is not there. We only added it. So in the Pranamaya Kosha explanation, Vyashti, Samashti, these are told Pranamayas. Other than that, all these other possibilities are not explained. That means we have to transcend this our routine way of living life with the koshas to actually understand the koshas, and then travel from the grosser koshas to subtler, and finally to ourselves. In other words, with these koshas, with their capacities, whatever we are doing, so many other things, if you and I are involved in them, then we will not be able to uh, detach ourselves from them to focus on the koshas to understand them. Only after understanding we can objectify. Only after objectification we can say that they are not the Atma, it is an Atma. That is the main purpose. Problem is what? Identifying with each of the kosha, we are living only at the kosha level in so many of the outer activities of the world with the things and beings, which all put together is the delusion, Maya. We, to discover Parama Atma in us, we have to transcend all of that. That is how in the deep seat of meditation we reach. But even to go on to the seat of meditation also, we have to detach intellectually that these koshas are not me. But much before detaching from these koshas, the vigorous involvements with these koshas in the world, we have to curtail it. If we don't curtail, we don't have sufficient stamina, patience to understand koshas and also understand they are only the imaginary, not real. They are anatma. So therefore, Upanishad Mata is telling us the koshas per se, like I have Annamaya kosha. But so many things are done with Annamaya kosha by us. We use it or misuse or abuse it, overuse it, what not. That all are our own minds continuous projection, imagination, and trying to do real. For example, what? Vidya Annamaya Kosha, so many types of sports are played, so many types of dances are done, so many types of activities are done. सब अन्नमय तो ही कर रहा है ना. तो this subject is not a part of Upanishad. So अन्नमय क्या है वो बताना ही उपनिषद का पर्पस है. We want, like you own the car. A car is to go to office and come at the most. But then you can take it for every other work. Sometimes for this, because the car is there, you make a program which was not at all required. That's how so many things we do. In the same way, a jiva, that is you and I, in our delusion, enchanted by the possibilities in the anna or prana or all the koshas, we keep on involving in so many things. Many of them not required at all, even for vyavahara, and most of them are not at all required for our sadhana. But this little sensitive, subtle thought. That's why, as we study the other shastras, yoga darshan and all, the para and apara vairagyas. If the para apara vairagya is not there, we only at the upadhi level or the koshas level, all this knowledge, neither we gain nor it becomes meaningful to us, nor we do the sadhana or practice indicated through them, never we will reach the goal that is shown. Keep that point in mind. Therefore, the two things are what? Panchakoshas are explained to us by the Shruti Mata as they are. On that Panchakoshas, whatever we superimpose and do millions of things, it is our own wisdom called ignorance. Maximum, if we can curtail that, then understanding each kosha, objectifying it, transcending it to reach finally to the self, we can achieve it. Keep that point in mind. So, Annamaya is explained. Annamaya Pakshi is explained. In that Pakshi, What is Shiraha, Uttara, Dakshina Pakshas, Atma, and also Pucham is explained. Now we have to every day do the exercise of this way, becoming conscious of this Annamaya, that Annamaya, and every Annamaya, till it becomes clear that these Annamayas are coming from the Anna Rasa and going back to Anna Rasa. As long as they are there, they have got these Pancha limbs. That's it. उसको उससे ज़्यादा और कोई भी वैल्यू देना ही delusion है. This is what Shruti Mata wants us to understand. Then we are taken into the next kosha, the pranamaya. That pranamaya ka bhi every explanation is so subtle. This pranamaya pakshi also. Main point kya hai wahan? Tasmadva e tasmad annara samayad. The most important points we have to gather are anyaha. This second pranamaya pakshi is other than the annamaya pakshi. Antaha, antaraha. It is inside the annamaya pakshi. Then Atma, that also is taken as an Atma out of delusion by the Jiva when he has not got the knowledge. So, how can you be two Atmas? You have to question it. So, decide you want to be Annamaya Atma or Pranamaya Atma. This rigorous training is called sadhana. Shruti Mata told कि प्राणमय भी आत्मा है. And the Bhashyakara gave such a beautiful explanation which we studied today, sir. Is it not? He said, Jivas are not with Atma only as the body, but they are with Pranamaya also as they feel their Atma. Not only Pranamaya, later Mano, Vijnana, Ananda. That huge Beraha. You know, एवं मनोमयादि पूर्व पूर्व व्यापिभिः उत्तरोत्तरैः सूक्ष्मैः आनन्दमयान्तैः आकाशादि भूतारब्धैः अविद्याकृतैः आत्मवन्तः सर्वे प्राणिनः. See, if this one sentence is deeply understood, the position of Annamaya is understood to be not so real like the Pranamaya. All the five are not real. They are all only Avyakruta, Maya, Gunatmaka Janita. In reality, they are not so important. But to do this type of study on these mantras deeply, how much our mind intellect should be gathered away from our routine involvements. That's why everybody doesn't study Upanishad, everybody doesn't teach also. And it's not everybody's bite. We only just, by the Rishimuni Guru Krupa, trying to just feel the presence of Upanishad, some meaning here and there. With all this effort, Pailaya Matare, nothing is going to come to us except one thought that this knowledge will be gained by me only when I totally detach from everything and go somewhere secludedly only to gain this knowledge, do this sadhana, reach experience. And that thought is very essential. So, to create that powerful thought, we are studying. We tell the Lord one day, how many years we studied Upanishads? Nothing happened. Oh Lord, is Upanishad is wrong or you are wrong or what is wrong? Lord says, you are wrong, beta. What you are studying is great text, but not in this outer inner atmosphere. You come there and do it, then you will experience it. So to come to that type of conclusion, we are slowly daily studying Shastra. It should create such a restlessness in us. Either give up the Shastra Upanishad like many are doing, or go to such inner and outer atmosphere where the Shastra Jnana is thoroughly studied by us and practiced and experienced, by the way. So, Annamaya Atma, Annamaya taken as Atma, other than Annamaya, inside the Annamaya is the Pranamaya, which is also his Atma. Like that, Prana ke andar, mana ke andar, buddhi Vijnanamaya, Vijnana Ananda, Ananda ke andar, Parabrahma, we are going to study. We have to do this practice. Already, if you have come to Pranamaya level, you must have already thought about Annamaya and its coming and going and staying, and therefore it is an object, it is not the self. This much intellectual conviction should have come to us. Then, to really transcend Annamaya Tadatmya, then whatever we are doing to make Annamaya self, those things we should reduce by now. This is called as sadhana. मैं अन्नमय नहीं हूँ, प्राणमय हूँ, तो फिर मैं अन्नमय आत्मा ऐसे बनने के जो जो भी कारण है उसको मुझे कम करते जाना है. Whatever is strengthening my identity with the Annamaya Kosha, those things have to slowly stop doing. Actually, then only we can feel that Pranamaya is me, the Atma. After that, again Mano, again Vijnana, again Ananda. See, it's not only intellectual apprehension will give us mukti, no? The mukti is only when Brahmatmaikya Anubhava happens. Brahma Aham Atma Asmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Only in that there is mukti. Now, if we want to reach to that, how can we stay here only at this kosha level? Practically, theoretically, we are understanding. Practically, staying here only, wanting to experience that, nahi hoga na? So that realization we have to have. Thereafter, then it is a big struggle. Then starts. At that time, while doing sadhana, all the vasanas, all the habits, all the prarabdha, that time they show their effect. When we try to go from one kosha to the other, grasa to the sattva. But the one who is really want to see the self, experience self, get liberated, he will not bend for any of these struggles or tensions or even tests that are conducted from within and without. And because the truth is perceived or pursued, therefore definitely he will succeed. इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी क्या है ना, अटेम्प्ट करने में फेल्यूर होता होगा, बट अटेम्प्ट के बाद सक्सेस में फेल्यूर नहीं होता, अचीवमेंट में, बिकॉज यू आर परस्यूइंग द ट्रुथ, रियलिटी. हाउ कैन यू फेल इन परस्यूइंग द रियलिटी? You may fail in putting the efforts. If you can succeed in putting effort consistently, we will definitely succeed in reaching. That's how everybody reached who sincerely, seriously tried. So that sincerity, seriousness in us to reach to the Brahma through the Panchakosha Viveka, day in and day out, we have to develop through the study and not understanding and getting frustrated. In every vyavahara like that, with wife or husband, there is struggle. So much struggle Bhagavan gives. Either you leave her or develop such a love to tolerate her that she also changes and you live a wonderful life. Till that time, struggle will not. That's why a matured husband in very soon understands the wife thoroughly and tunes himself to her so that throughout life there is no problem with her. So to the wife. And more matured man never becomes husband. He will आराम से भगवान को जानेंगे. By the way, here also. Okay. Now, here, up to what we have seen in this Tritiya Anuvaka, where the Pranamaya Kosha is further explained by the Rigveda mantras. After Yajurveda Brahmana told about Pranamaya Kosha. What Yajurveda Brahmana told about Pranamaya Kosha? It is other than the Annamaya. It is inside the Annamaya. Third thing, which is very, very essential, is Tena Esha Purnaha. This is the most important thing among all other. Tena Pranamayena Esha Annamaya Purnaha. With this Pranamaya Kosha, Pranapakshi, Annamaya is fully permeated. Then where is Annamaya then? In the ignorance of Pranamaya, only the Annamaya is there. ये पूरा प्राणमय अन्नमय में परमिएटेड है, तो अन्नमय किधर है फिर? Secondly, in that way we have to become concentrated and contemplative in trying to perceive that Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, permeating the entire Annamaya in such a way that crystal clearly we are seeing the Pranamaya Kosha. In the vision of that Pranamaya Kosha, the Annamaya's vision is transcended. This is what the actual sadhana we have to do. For that, we have to sit on meditation seat, become aware of Annamaya Kosha, and then whatever is said about Annamaya, thoroughly practice for few days. Thereafter, slowly take up the second pranamaya. What is said? Tena esha purnaha kaha. Then it is a struggle, but we have to go through that. But when you consistently do that, then we can feel the pranamaya permeating entire annamaya. In that perception, annamaya gets dropped. I feel myself to be prana kosha only. But it is a little tough experience, threatening, frightening experience, because from इतने जन्मों से मैं अन्नमय हूँ, देह हूँ, ऐसे हम जी रहे हैं, सडनली उससे सूक्ष्म प्राणमय से तादात्म्य करके जीना तुरंत आसान नहीं होता. दैट्स वाई पीपल नेवर ट्राई फॉर इट. डर लगता है क्योंकि अन्नमय में हमको सुकून है, ऐसा आदत बना है. But again, like in some mountaineering climbings, or going into the gufas or the deep oceans, or even bungee jumpings from the flight, these are all frightening because it's not habitual to us. हम फ्लाइट में जाएंगे या जमीन में जाएंगे, लेकिन फ्लाइट से नीचे कोई कूदेंगे जनरली नहीं है, इसलिए विल बी सो हेजिटेट. But once he gets the training and learns it, the joy of in that open akasha, it is so beautiful. He should, of course, know when to open the parachute. But there is a fear. So to the submarine ocean के अंदर हम कहाँ ऊपर तैरेंगे ओशन में या बोट में, but जाओ inside impossible. But then you are trained, your guide is there with you, all mass put, you are taken that different world of all aquatics there you see. I'm just giving an example to say that to feel that I am Pranamaya Kosha, I should have the guts to say that yes, I can be without Annamaya Tadatmya. अगर हम उसको impossibly मानते हैं तो we can never go to next. Like the child says, it is impossible to leave the house and comforts, he will never go to school. That's how they cry first few days. जाएंगे नहीं और रोएंगे, मैं नहीं जाऊंगा मम्मी मम्मी. Somehow he is pushed and they stay there. एक महीने 2 महीने बाद थोड़ा इसको आदत होता है, चाहे मजबूरी कहो या कुछ भी कहो. Later on he'll enjoy school more than home. Initial hesitation. In the same way, we should intellectually understand that we are fully bound as Annamaya. We have to intellectually understand that bondage we should be ready to leave. Then only we can feel the Pranamaya all permeating. After that feeling or meditation, we will actually come to know, yes, really I am not Annamaya. But in this junction of trying to detach from Anna, coming to Prana, all the fears of insecurity, all those will be there. We have to be successful in that. Like while coming to classes, there will be in the beginning a fear of insecurity. और इधर जाएंगे तो पूरा संसार छोड़ना पड़ेगा, सारे संबंध सब छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Therefore, let us better not to go to class only. This is how it happens in the beginning. But then slowly when you come to the class, you understand, while managing that outer vyavahara, we can do the study of Shastra also, no problem. Now you are doing that one. Earlier it was frightening. लेकिन चलो आश्रम में चलते बाबा जी सत्संग बोल रहे हैं, नहीं बाबा भजन बोल रहे हैं तो दे गो लीजन बिकॉज प्रसाद मिलता है. बिकॉज देयर नथिंग साधना आस्क टू डू बी डन. सुनो भजन और जाओ. बट इन द वेदांत ऐसे नहीं, साधना करने को मेरे से नहीं होगा. दैट्स हाउ योर फैमिली मेंबर्स नेवर कम. दैट इज फियर कि ये खोना पड़ेगा. यू आल्सो हैड दैट अर्लियर वन, बट नाउ दैट इज ब्रोकन, दैट shackle. In the same way, the shackle that I am with Annamaya only comfortable, that we have to break. I can't be without Annamaya. That intellectually we have to understand. Like intellectually understood, I can be without early morning sleep, so I can get up and take bath and go to Swamiji's class. That's your intellect has come to that maturity. Those who don't have that, they'll either sleep or do something. So you have come. In the same way, feel the Annamaya, feel the Pranamaya, say that I can live as Pranamaya Atma beyond the Annamaya Atma Tadatmya. This is what is sadhana. This is the purpose of this Upanishads explaining each of the kosha. And for the identification of Pranamaya kosha, Atma, Even though we have to detach our identity with Annamaya, but it has so many benefits. What are the benefits? The illusion goes away. What is that? The life can be lived only at the Annamaya. And maximum problems are at the Annamaya level only. Entire samsara is Annamaya के कारण. वो सब छूट जाएगा. This is the biggest benefit. Is it not? Like any house, you own it. House owning is a good joy, but so much of headache. Let us say 4 मंजिला बिल्डिंग आपका है, उसमें आपने 15 या 16 फ्लैट्स बनाए और रेंट पे दिया. Is there any greater headache than that? Nobody gives rent on time. Then some leakage is going on, some problem is going on. They only complain something. Some tenants come and पूरा घर सत्यानाश करके जाएंगे. ये बिग टेंशन. इमेजिन करो उसको सेल कर दिया घर अपना. एग्जाम्पल कह रहा हूँ मैं, whether fine. After that, is not all the janjat gone away? But when it is your own, when you think it is your own, how many tensions, how many anxieties, how many problems? We don't even realize both the things, that I am suffering so much because of the ownership with the house. This also we don't realize. Second, when we sell the house, when we become so free, that time also we don't realize that we become so free because we have no ownership with that. But if we pause and see, this understanding will come. I am suffering so much because I owned it. Now I'm happy because I disowned it. So too, we should know that all our sufferings are because we are owning Annamaya. When we go to the second Pranamaya level, all the ownership of Annamaya, if we can really truly transcend, all the sufferings go away. There's different joy altogether. That we have to recognize. This should be an inspirational point for us to go beyond the first Annamaya to come to Prana. But that also is not final. वो तो ओके स्टेज है वो. Shruti Mata is guiding in that way, saying that you are not Annamaya Atma, you are Pranamaya Atma. वो झूठ बोल रही है Shruti Mata. 100%. She is lying. Because even Pranamaya is not Atma. Finally, the Atma is Brahman only. But then she is kind, compassionate. Like the mother झूठ बोलती है बच्चों को खाना खिलाने के लिए, स्कूल भेजने के लिए, होमवर्क कराने के लिए, take the tablets, medicine. She talks so much. That is how the mothers are made for. They will speak lies, but they see to it that we are benefited. So even Pranamaya is not Atma, but to come out of Annamaya, Prana. But she is so kind, though told the Jhoot that we are Pranamaya, that to transcend Annamaya, she will not stop us there. She will take the next. Finally, beta, you are Brahma. It is her kindness. We also have to travel with her like that. So, after this is seen, why this point pranam deva anuprananti iti uktam tat kasmat iti aha. So, pranam anu deva prananti manushyaha pashavaha. It is because of the pranamaya kosha that the devatas and human and pakshi are able to be alive as well as functional. Now, this is very crucial thought. None of the Upanishadic Vakyas along with Bhashya can be taken lightly. Every word is so important at that context for thoroughly understanding, and to understand thoroughly, to come to that level of understanding. कोई भी वेस्ट नहीं होता उपनिषद का एक शब्द. Even the nipatas, the particles also have their own meaning. Bhashyakara's Bhashya. So we have to find that meaning in that sadhana, in that. That's a real struggle. Maybe that we will do when we study Upanishads, third or fourth round. अब तो हम लिटरल मीनिंग समझने के ही लड़ाई झगड़ा कर रहे हैं. Our struggle is only literal meaning. So, प्राणो हि यस्मात् भूतानां प्राणिनां आयुः जीवनम. This is what is the quotation of the Rigveda mantra after the Yajurveda told the Pranam Deva Anuprananti Ityad. Feel the meaning of this sentence very thoroughly. What is this? Prano hi yasmat bhutanam praninam ayo jivanam. Means what? For the jivas, prana alone is ayuhu. Prana alone is jivanam. Ayu means jivanam. So what is the main sentence of the Upanishad? Prano hi jivanam ayuho. Prano hi bhutanam ayuho. That is the mantra of Rigveda, substantiating what is said by Yajurveda. What Bhashyakara's meaning for it is Prano hi asmat bhutanam praninam ayuhu jivanam. Is it not for you and I? The jivanam is ayuhu. Ayu is because of prana. Not knowing this, you are giving importance to the body. Catch this point. Body we gave importance more than the prana, wherein without prana, body has no life. थोड़ा काम दिमाग लगाने से समझ आता है कि नहीं दोनों में कौन सा इंपॉर्टेंट है कौन सा वैल्यूएबल है therefore which is to be given importance and value anna or prana. This is called study of Upanishad. This is the meaning of logically understanding and going from the grosser to subtler. Like we do in the world. बेटा घर में ऐसे पड़े रहोगे सड़े रहोगे तो क्या फायदा. Go and do some exercise or join the school and college. If the child is able to understand, he is matured. That is more important than this, no? Here also. The beings are alive in whatever the lifespan they are alive for because of prana, bhai. Not Annamaya. Annamaya is the thing in which you are living. But you are living in the Annamaya is depending on the prana. Prano hi bhutanam ayu. Instead of valuing the pranamaya kosha, we are valuing Annamaya only, which cannot exist without prana. Prano hi jivanam bhutanam ayu jivanam. Now, how cutely Bhagavan Shankara, step by step, explaining what is known to all of us, but not taken seriously to get benefited of that knowledge. What is that known to us very familiar? Ki yavad hi asmin sharire prana vasati tavadayu. Is it not? Be careful about the sentence. As long as the prana is there in the body, so long only the body is alive. Therefore, who is giving life to the body? The prana. Therefore, who should be important? Hmm. This feeling is called contemplation. Then the understanding that unnecessarily I am valuing prana, annamaya more than prana. Now I will value prana more. In the effort of valuing the pranamaya more with its observation and all that, annamaya is transcended. That is how one by one kosha we have to go beyond. बट द माया क्या होता है ना इतना भी वेदांत पढ़ो फिर भी अन्नमय में ही फंसे रहते. That is why nobody can help us, neither Guru nor Shastra. It is their guidance when we receive and practice, then only we can grow in sadhana. That's why millions studied Vedanta but never evolved. Among those millions, whoever have done this sadhana of really practically transcending each kosha, they alone have succeeded in discovering Aham Brahmasmi and get liberated. So, yasmat yavad hi asmin sharire prana vasati tavad ayuhu iti shrutyantarat. In other shrutis it is said, and all of us know. Tasmat sarva ayusham. Therefore, sarva ayusham means what? Sarvesham ayuhu sarvayuhu sarvayu eva sarvayusham iduchyate. That means what? For all the annamayas, the ayuhu, the jivanam is pranamaya. If the pranamaya is not there or gone away, the jiva ayuhu is ended, jivanam ended. तस्मा सर्वायुष मुच्यते. और वो प्राण जिसके बिना हम रह भी नहीं सकते, वी आर नॉट अवेयर अबाउट इट. एंड बिकॉज द प्राण ओनली द अन्नमय एग्जिस्टिंग, बट आवर अटैचमेंट इज ओनली टू अन्नमय मोर. दिस इज व्हाट वी वर लिविंग. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू चेंज नाउ. व्हिच इज इंपॉर्टेंट, अन्न और प्राण? प्राण इंपॉर्टेंट. स्थिति आना चाहिए. And the point is हाउ टू से सर्वायुषमिति? सर्वायुष मतलब सारे अन्नमयों का आयु प्राण के कारण है, सारे अन्नमयों का जीवन प्राणमय के कारण है। Therefore, pranamaya is more important than annamaya. That feeling. Okay. Now he says, prana abagame marana prasiddehe. Is it not when the prana goes away, then the marana is there for every of the manusya, pashu, pakshi. That is why the real ayu is prana, not anna. Then prasiddhami loke sarva ishtvam pranasya. Therefore, everyone very clearly knows as long as prana is there, so long as the ayu for that person. आयु रुक जाती है, जीवन रुक जाता है the moment prana leaves. हो गया? Now the beautiful next sentences. I'm going slow in this Panchakosha Viveka for my clear understanding and trying to explain. You also travel with me. Only we are 3-4 लोग हैं, कोई टेंशन नहीं, आराम से पढ़े. And these cannot be publicly spoken because nobody can catch it. In public, you only tell Ramayana Katha, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Katha and Sudama Katha and Kevatka Katha और रुलाओ लोगों को, वो लोग कर्सिप को थोड़ा गीला करके चले जाए. But what we are doing is a vigorous, different study, sadhana. Upanishad is ultimate, that's why. Dare not anybody try Upanishad in Kali Yuga. उनको बस रामायण भागवत करो हो जाता. Generally. But out of them, why the Lord is giving us, Gurus are giving us this interest to study. Neither I am bored or leaving it, even though I am not properly studying or explaining to you. Nor you also are leaving, though it's not very clear. That means the grace is functioning, training us slowly to understand. And maybe this is the process to every of the Guru who, when he was disciple, learned from his Guru. ऐसे ही होता होगा. So all that apart, let us try our best to use our intellect to percolate or permeate or perceive what is said there. Grasp what is said. So, prano hi bhutanamayu tasmat sarvayushamuchyate. This is the Rig Veda mantra which was giving explanation to the Pranamaya Kosha, which was said by the Yajurveda Brahmana, which we are studying called as the Taittiriya Upanishad. Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarva ayusham pranaha iti uchyate. प्राणों का आयु भूतों का प्राण के कारण ही आयु है, इसलिए प्राण ही सबका आयु है, बता दिया. इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड थिंग इज व्हेन द प्राण गोज अवे, मरण होता है. Therefore, everybody knows as long as the prana is there, so long only alive. Even is in coma for 6 months, जब तक प्राण चल रहा है, जिंदा है. Okay, then Shruti Mata said, next line is Sarvamevata ayuryanti ye pranam brahmo basate prano hi bhutana mayo satsvat tasmat sarvaisha muchyate iti tasya sheva shariratma ya purvasya. These are the 4-5 more sentences of the Rigveda mantra quoted to explain the Brahmana. We have to study one by one word. Now the next one. See, very interesting point. Be careful, which we just now in the introduction told. Bhashakara's way of saying. He says, Ataha, therefore, Asmatu Bahyat, Asadharanat, Annamayat, Atmanaha, Abhakramya, Antaha, Sadharanam, Pranamayam, Atmanam, Brahma, Upasate, Ye, Ahamasmi Pranaha, सर्वभूतानाम आत्मा आयुः जीवन हेतुत्वात् इति ते सर्वम एव आयुः अस्मिन् लोके यन्ति न अपमृत्युना म्रियन्ते प्राक् प्राप्ताद् आयुषः इति अर्थः. शतं वर्षाणि इति तु युक्तं सर्वमायुरेति इति श्रुति प्रसिद्धेः. This is a very crucial point. What is that? Asmat. Asmat means from this pranamaya kosha. Bhahyat, which is beyond the annamaya kosha. Asadharanat, Then that which is not common to all, Annamaya, from the Annamaya, Atmanaha, which we considered so far as Atma, Apakramya, having crossed that, Antaha, inside, Sadharanam, which is permeating outside also earlier, before entering inside, Pranamayam, this Pranamaya Kosha, Atmanam is me, Brahma Upasate. This Pranamaya is me, Atma, and this Pranamaya Atma me is Brahma, Upasate. Whoever do the Upasana of this, how do they do the Upasana? Ahamasmi Pranaha. I am the Pranamaya. Then Sarva Bhutanam Atma. I am the self of all the beings, and Ayuhu, and I am the longevity. Jivana Hetutva. That's why is it so? Because I am the cause of the life. Iti. In this way, anybody does upasana. So, अन्नमय है, अन्नमय है, अन्नमय है. To all the annamaya, outside there is vayu. Without the vayu mandala, we cannot live. That vayu taken by every annamaya inside, and because of the vayu which touched the body becomes the prana. That be attentive. That the ayu of the annamaya is there. Jivanam of the Annamaya is there. In the sense, the meaning, the sustenance or reality is there. Already said in the earlier mantra, when the prana go away, the marana prapti. Therefore, how many things here? Be observed of the Annamaya Kosha. Then, other than the Annamaya Kosha, outside the Sadharana Vayu is there. That Sadharana Vayu, when it entered me, it has become Asadharana Prana. That prana is the one which we have studied so far, because of which even Annamaya is alive. Prana nahi hai to Annamaya dissolve ho jaye. So whether it is as a vayu outside or it has inside become prana, that is not primary. Primary is because of the prana only the Annamaya is surviving. Without pranamaya, Annamaya cannot live. So साधारण बाहर का वायु, असाधारण अंदर का प्राण बना लेने के बाद अंदर. So whether you call other outer vayu or inner prana, they are common. But the main point is when the inner prana is there so long, then only the Annamaya is sustaining. Otherwise Annamaya, कोई भी Annamaya उनके अंदर प्राण नहीं है तो नहीं रहेगा. Therefore, which should be the Atma? Pranamaya only. Therefore, I am the Pranamaya which is asadharana in me, in this body. And this Pranamaya me asadharana, which is sadharana outside. And this asadharana Vayu outside alone is becoming asadharana prana in everyone. Therefore, who am I? I am the asadharana prana here, sadharana Vayu is there, asadharana prana everywhere. Therefore, in this way, when I realize that I am the prana, which is sadharana and asadharana, but basically is the cause for the sustenance of the Annamaya Kosha, first of all. Therefore, I am Pranamaya who is Atma. First point. इसको समझ लेना पहले. Pranamaya is the Atma. Second is what? This Pranamaya is the Brahma when we do the Upasana. Because already we have seen Tasmad va etasmad Atmana Akasha Sambhutaha Akashat Vayu. So Vayu also came from the Brahman only, no? Therefore, I have transcended from Annamaya, I became one with the Pranamaya, then I became one with the Vayu, then I am considering this Prana Atma me, the Vayu Atma me is Brahma. And this as a Vayu Atma, I am the Atma of every being also. Because every being is sustaining because of Prana. And that Prana is me. So, atah asmat bahyat asadharanat annamayat atmanah apakramya, crossing the Annamaya Kosha, which is outside the Pranamaya Kosha, other than the Pranamaya Kosha, asmat bahyat. Bahya matlab bahar. अस्मात् means the context में जो चल रहा है, what is going on, प्राणमय, अस्मात् प्राणमयात् बाह्यात्. Then asadharana है, the अन्नमय is not साधारण to everyone, only to me it is. मैं अन्नमय मेरा है, आपका अन्नमय आपका है. Asadharanat Annamaya. From this Annamaya, Atmanaha, which so far we considered as Atma, Apakramya. If you can intellectually cross it, Antaha, inside, Sadharanam, the which is common in all beings. Pranamayam is there. And that common Pranamaya to all is called Maya Atma. And this Atma is Brahma. In this way, whoever does the Upasana. And how do they do Upasana? Aham Asmi Pranaha. I am really the prana. Then Sarva Bhutanam Atma Ayuho Jivana Hedutvad. I am the Atma of all the beings, and also it is me, the Pranamaya, because of which there is a Ayu possible to every of the being. Because Jivana Hetutvad. Because every being is given Jivana by the Prana. So I am not Annamaya, I am Pranamaya. This Pranamaya is Asadharana here, but the same Pranamaya is Sadharana as Vayu. The Sadharana Vayu alone is Pranamaya everywhere. Therefore, I am this Pranamaya, which is Vayu, therefore, which is Sarva Pranamaya. Therefore, I am the one because of which all are existing. That is Pranamaya. And this Prana is Brahma. So, Annamayana Atman Apakramya Anta Sadharanam Pranamayam Atmanam Brahma Upastaye. Ahamasmi Pranaha. Is it clear? I am no more Annamaya now. Ahamasmi Pranaha. Then Sarva Bhutanam Atma. This Prana in me alone is the Atma of Sarva Bhuta. How? In between what is there? The Sadharana Vayu. Outside Sadharana Vayu is common. और जिनके अंदर जा रहा है उसके लिए प्राण हो रहा है. So this prana cannot be without the Vayu, and that prana cannot be the Vayu. So I am the prana is equal to I am Vayu. I am Vayu is equal to I am prana in every being. Therefore, just Vayu aspect keep aside. So I am the Atma, Pranamaya. Therefore, I am the Atma of all the beings. Because every being is because of prana, they are sustaining. If the prana is not there, नहीं होगा वो प्राणी. इसलिए जीवन हेतुत्वात्. So for just feel that I am having pranamaya because of which the annamaya is sustaining, and every jiva is alive only because pranamaya is sustaining, and that pranamaya is me because it is sadharana, it is everywhere same. Only when it is taken inside, functionally it becomes pranam, others same hai. Therefore, I am that prana which is the self of all annamaya koshas. In this way, when he does, Ahamasmi Pranaha Sarvabhutanam Atma Ayuho Jivana Hetutva iti. In this way, whoever does the Prana Brahma Upasana. Earlier we have done Anna Brahma Upasana. Annam Brahmeti Vyajanat. Again, it will come later on also. Sarvam vai te annam apnuvanti ye annam Brahma Upasate. This was the sentence we have explained when we studied the Annamaya Kosha. They will get all the Annam when they do the Upasana, that Anna is Brahma. Anna is Brahma, no? From the Annamaya, every Deha is coming, and the Annamaya is coming from Anna Rasa from the Anna from the Oshadi from Prithvi and all of them finally coming from where? The Brahma. So in the Upasana of the Annama as Brahman, you will get all the Annam, it was said. What is the result of doing Prana as Brahma Upasana will be told now. But before that, understand what is the meaning of doing the Upasana of Prana as Brahma. The Upasana of Prana Brahma is what? First go inside Annamaya. Discover the Pranamaya. Understand that because the Pranamaya alone is Annamaya is existing. Therefore, the real Atma is Pranamaya. Come to this point first. Second, this Pranamaya cannot be without the outer Vayu. This Vayu, one side is because of Brahman. Second, because of this Vayu only, every Pranamaya. Because of every Pranamaya, every Prani is living. Therefore, what is Prana? Whether it is in me, whether it is in you, whether it is in the Vayu. All of them are from Brahman only. This is called a Prana Brahma Upasana. So Brahma hai Vayu. Vayu only, Prana in you and me. In this discussion, what's happening? We are transcending Annamaya discussion. Is it not? Like, when the parents fight with each other, they forget the child. And the child is frustrated, yeah, they are lad rahe, mere ko chode. And when they start becoming concerned about the child, they forget their fighting or postpone for the time being. That's why Bhagwan gives children, उनको देखभाल करो ताकि तुम्हारा खुद का लड़ाई का टाइम ना रहे. Is it not? As I went to some house, very young, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 5 children are born. Very young couple, 25-30 भी नहीं होंगे, 25-22. 5 children, I was so excited यार, हिंदुओं में भी 5-5 बच्चे, congratulations I said. बढ़ाओ. No, they are busy in taking care of children. They have no time to fight with each other. In the same way, when we are busy in doing pranamaya, kosha, upasana, and prana is Brahma, annamaya is, that's what the sadhana. The problem is what? When you value it, it is there. As long as we value it, is there. And you can't devalue it by attending to it. Only when you attend to the subtler thing than this, obviously it gets devalued. This is a maya. When you value the honesty, dishonesty automatically goes away. By attending to dishonesty, you can't remove it. अधर्म को पकड़कर अधर्म को छोड़ा नहीं जा सकता. धर्म करते जाओ, अधर्म अपने आप जाएगा. क्रोध को पकड़कर क्रोध छोड़ नहीं सकते. आप प्रेम करो, ऑटोमेटिकली क्रोध जाएगा. लोभ स्वार्थ को पकड़कर लोभ स्वार्थ यू कांट लिव. You become lavish in your charity, etc. Automatically the lobha goes away. Greed. लेजीनेस को पकड़कर लेजीनेस को जाओ कहे तो जाता नहीं वो. उठ के काम करो, अपने आप लेजीनेस जाता है. एंड दैट यू एवरीडे डू इट. व्हेन वी आर इन द स्लीपिंग मॉर्निंग इतना नींद आने लगती, बट यू गॉट अप, वेयर द लेजीनेस हैज गॉन बताओ. It cannot stay if something higher is taken up. If you don't take up, it will catch you. Some people are still sleeping because they are not taken up to come to the class or go anywhere. Here also same. Attend to prana so much, anna gone. Attend to mana so much, prana transcended. Attend to vijnana so much, that manomaya transcended. Attend to ananda so much, vijnana transcended. Attend to brahman so much, that ananda is transcended. This is the sadhana to be done. If you do, result will come. If you don't do, will not. Whether it is 1,000 lives or 10,000 lives. Continue live as अन्नमय only. दिया जाएगा हर बार डिपेंडिंग ऑन प्रारब्ध. एक न एक अन्नमय तो दिया जाएगा. ह्यूमन को हो, बफेलो को हो, we can continue. That's called ananta samsara. But we understand it this way, transcend from each kosha, discover our ब्रह्म तत्व, समुद्र तारा, अनंत संसार समुद्र को हमने पार कर ली. Actually we do, we have to do. When we actually do, we can actually experience also. Like, when you have a company started, so 20 employees you employed, and they are working for you, no doubt, but you are giving salary. So don't you feel that मैं उनको नौकरी देकर तनख्वाह दे रहा हूँ? I am the one who is giving them. In the same way, I am the self, I am the reality. Because whose present the koshas are there, otherwise they don't have independent existence. Slowly we have to come to that level. So, what is the phala? Beautiful phala when we do the prana as a Brahma upasana. Prana Brahma upasana is what? First, aham pranamayosmi. Second, this prana alone is vayu. That prana, that vayu alone is sarva prana. And this sarva prana vayu is Brahma. Because akashad vayu, from vayu, that main sentence we should not forget. So what's happening is from Paramatma only all the Panchabhutas have come. From the Panchabhutas only all the koshas are made. And among those koshas, grossest is Annamaya. And we are lost in them. And suffering. What you have to do slowly from the Annamaya through each of the koshas, we have to reach to Brahman. And the upasana ka fal jo bata rahe, always remember it is not goal, it is only arthavad. Therefore, you need not do the upasana of aham annam brahma hai, prana brahma hai. Shruti Mata कह रही है, जो करेगा उसको मिलेगा. But Shruti Mata's उद्देश्य is not to bind us at that level. Anna or prana. Our goal is to transcend all only Brahma. Finally, हमको ब्रह्म पहुंचना है, बीच में कहीं फंसना नहीं. But it is told. So when you do the Anna Upasana, all the Anna will come to you. Yennam Brahmopasate, Tasmat Sarva Aushadam Uchyate. सर्वम वै तेन्नम आपनुवन्ति यह हे अन्नम ब्रह्म उपासते. अन्न को ब्रह्म के रूप में उपासना करो, all the anna you get. Now when you do the prana brahma upasana, what is the result? Very interesting. What is it? अतः अस्मात् बाह्यात् असाधारणात् अन्नमयात् आत्मनः अवक्रम्य अन्नमयात् आत्मनः अवक्रम्य अन्तः साधारणं प्राणमयम् आत्मानं ब्रह्म उपासते ये. अहम अस्मि प्राणः सर्वभूतानाम् आत्मा आयुः जीवन हेतुत्वात् इति. This is doing the pranamaya as brahma upasana. Now the phala. What is the result of them? Te sarvam eva ayuhu asmin loke yanti. In this world, when they are alive, they will get the sarva ayuhu. What the meaning of sarva ayuhu? Means na apamrutyuna mriyante prak praptad ayusha ityartaha. Prak praptad ayusha means the lifespan which is given to us generally before that lifespan completed, because of any of the other apamrityu, he will not die. That is the result of prana brahma upasana. That is why whenever we do the puja, charanam amrutam lete hain, so that's what the mantra we chant. Akala mrityu haranam sarva vyadhi nivaranam samasta papa kshayakaram Sri Mahavishnu or Shiva Samasada Padodakam Pavanam Shubham. You understood? So that apa mrityu will not come to him. And that is why Shatamanam bhavati shatayu purusha shatendriya ayushyevendriye pratitishthati. For a human being generally, ayu given is 100 years. But because of his own mistakes or from the outer sources, in between only the ayu ends. That's called apamrityu, which is considered to be very inauspicious. Therefore, for ours and for everyone, we should always pray to have a purna ayu. That's why Chiranjiva, Purna, Ayushman Bhava, every of the Brahmanas, elders, bless the children. Ayushman Bhava, Ayushmati Bhava. अपमृत्यु से नहीं मरना. Which is very, when the person dies out of apamrityu, he will get into such a terrible yonis. To come out of it is difficult again. Apamrityus happen because of the murders. Murder जब होता है अपमृत्यु. That Dundukari was killed only, he was murdered only by all his 5 wives. Therefore, he became Vatarupadaraha. He can't stay anywhere stably. And all the sins he has done, torturing him so much. Then he came, our Gokarna. He was appearing and doing this and that. Gokarna ko lage, kaun hai re? Pani leke dala, because already Bhagavad he was. Immediately understood, he was some pretro. He says, I am your brother, so and so sins I have done. I think there's no liberation to me. He said, why not? There is. Then Gokarna considers everyone and all that, He does Bhagavad Saptaha. Then he becomes Divya Rupadhari. That Dundukari reaches the Swargaloka only, or Uttamaloka. Our point is what? Apamrityu. Killed, murdered. Or accidental deaths. They are also apamrityus. Then that jiva is in shock. He tries to enter to the body, talk to the people. उसको एक कुछ दिन लगते हैं समझने को. I am no more in this देह now. God. देखो तो actually तो in that very day the body is burnt on. He is looking for his body. Where is it? कहाँ है? जला दे उसको. अपमृत्यु कहते हैं. Not a healthy. Third one is what? The suicides, etc. They are all the apamrityus, which is wrong, not correctly allowed things. Out of some rage or anger, some frustration, people jump and comment. Every day you listen the news. They are all apamrutyu. They are not encouraged to be encouraged. Life, हमको full life जीना है. So, sarvam ayuh te yanti. What is this अनुवाकास are doing? अर्लियर अनुवाक में जो अर्लियर कोश का बताया उसको ऋग्वेद मंत्र से जस्टिफाई करके देन इसका ब्रह्म के रूप में उपासना करने से व्हाट इज द फल बताकर देन ये भी फाइनल नहीं, इट हैज गॉट अनदर इनर सेल्फ अदर देन इट. That's how we are guided. And we have to do this exercise at home. That's the contemplation we have to do for next 2-3 months. Because entire this Dvitiya Brahmananda Valli, Tritiya Bhrugu talks only about this. The next one, Bhrugu is only this exercise. Then the Aruna goes to his father and asks, tell me Brahma. Then he gives a sentence. यत वायुवानि भूतानि जायन्ते येन जातानि जीवन्ति यं यत् प्रयन्ति अपि संविशन्ति तद्विज्ञानस्य. So that by which everything is born, staying in, everything is staying in, going into, that is Brahma, he says. But this fellow goes and meditates and discovers Annamaya as the Atma. Again Guru says, no, you have not correctly found, again you do it. So the Panchakosha is the only study from now onwards. Entire Upanishad. And go beyond them. One of the beautiful exercises, if you really stick to this Upanishad, seriously, no? I tell you that knowledge will dawn to us that we are something beyond all. गुरु भगवान हम सबके ऊपर कृपा दया करे. हे भगवान, even Mandukya we studied, nothing happened to Mandukya and us. At least now, Taittiriya Upanishad, through that, may we discover ourselves to be other than Panchakosha, not only intellectually, but on the seat of meditation, experientially. Take whatever the cost you want from us, but give us that experience. The cost they want is keep away everything else. Only the study of Taittiriya and analysis of Panchakosha, discovering the Atma and establishing in the Atma Brahma. This is the cost we have to pay. If that is not paid, we live life only as Annamaya, Pranamaya every day. What can the Upanishad Shruti Mata do? मैं तो बता दिया भाई, पैसे दे तो आपको मिल जाएगा. नहीं दे रहे हो आप. See that. That is why Ishvara Guru Kripa, then feeling restlessness about our own present life, then only the Vairagya. After that only all this knowledge what we learnt or learning will be practically used by us. Then the Jnanam comes, Moksham comes. Okay. So, now apamruttinyam riyante prak praptat ayusha iti artaha. So, before the completion of life, he will not die. If somebody does the prana brahma upasana, शतं वर्षाणि इति तु युक्तं सर्वमायुरेति. तो 100 years the minimum years for human being. सर्वमायुः, let whole life be lived, said in Chandogya Upanishad also iti Shruti Prasiddehe. Okay, why that result comes? Kim Karanam? Prana Brahma Upasana, if it is done, the Shatam Ayuhu, why it comes Purnayuhu? Answer is Prano hi Bhutanam Ayuhu. Because which was already said, it is repeated. Prana hai bhutanam ayuhu. The prana is the eye of the being. So then tasmad sarva aisham uchyate. Therefore sarva aisham he will get. Because the prana is the ayu, he is doing upasana, the prana is Brahma. Therefore he is rewarded with the sarva aishatva. Long life, complete life, living. No apamrutyu. Whatever the destined आयु for him, 100, 95, 90, 110, थोड़ा 5-10 इधर उधर इतना साल जिएंगे without any अपमृत्यु causing any of the dangers. Okay. Now यह यद गुणकम ब्रह्म उपास्ते सह तद गुण भाग भवति इति विद्याफल प्राप्ते हेतु अर्थम पुनर्वचनम प्राणो हि इत्यादि. So, prano hi bhutanamayu tasmat sarvayushamuchyata iti. It is said second time toward the end of this pranamaya kosha explanation. And here Bhagwan Bhashyakara is saying one important thing. What is it? कि first तो बताया प्राणो ही भूतानाम आयुः. The ayu for the bhutas are prana itself. Therefore, whoever is doing prana brahma upasana, he is given sarvaisha. Uska explanation कर रहे हैं. What is that? यह यद गुणकम ब्रह्म उपास्ते सह तद गुणभाग भवति इति. विद्या फल प्राप्ति. Here the विद्या is उपासना. उपासना का फल क्या है? जिस भाव से आप ब्रह्म का उपासना करोगे वो आपको मिलेगा. So if you do the upasana Brahma is Annamaya, Anna Rasa, Anna banega. If you do the upasana Brahma is Prana, the long life banega. You know, if you do the upasana of the Brahma as Mana or Mana as the Brahma, so that benefit of Manomaya आपको मिलेगा. In the world also, if you do the upasana of Brahma as the Dhana, you will get the Dhana Prapti. If you do the upasana as the power, etc., the power will come to us. So, यो यद गुणकम ब्रह्म उपासते स तद गुण भाग भवति. जिस गुण के ब्रह्म का उपासना कर रहे, ब्रह्म ही श्रेष्ठ. तो जिस चीज को आप श्रेष्ठ मानकर उपासना करते हो वही चीज आपको मिलता है. इन अदर वर्ड्स ब्रह्म आपको उस रूप में मिलते हैं. सो आई डू द उपासना विद द पावर so much that I give value to the power as much as to the Brahman. Therefore, Brahman only appears to you as a power. Become MLA, MP, whatever. तो है एक ही चीज ब्रह्मन. Therefore, whosoever upasana we are doing, ultimately we are doing of Brahma only. But we are doing upasana in that form. Therefore, Brahman also appears as that form. Somebody does upasana Brahman as Kirti. So he is doing Kirti upasana. But there is nothing called Kirti other than Brahma. Therefore, Brahma only will have to come to him in the form of Kirti. So, yo yad guna ka Brahma upaste sa tad guna bhag bhavati iti. This is called the upasana phala. So, अन्नमय का उपासना करो अन्नवान बन जाएंगे. प्राणमय का उपासना करो आयुष्मान बनेंगे. इन दैट प्राणमय को ब्रह्म के रूप में उपासना करने से. But our job is not so. Ours is just transcend all of them, go to. Like in a shop, when you go, they all keep showing you the. मैं तो इसके लिए थोड़ी आया हूँ. I have come for that particular thing. Straight away you go to the cupboard, collect it, pay money and come. So we are studying Upanishad not to become an Annamaya Kosha and go on having food. Not to live only as Pranamaya a long life. कितने भी लॉन्ग जीवो क्या है? अभी सर्वम जीवितम अल्पमेवा. वो तो यमराज को कह रहे हो नचिकेत इन गढ़ोपनिषद. आपका आयु कितना है? मेरा आयु ना 10 लाख साल. अरे 10 लाख का भी आखिरी साल होएगा ना, आखिरी मिनट में होएगा. अब ब्रह्मदेव का कितना आयुर्दायम है, महाकल्पम. बट वो भी एंड हो जाएगा. सो द पर्पस इज not to tell us to get all the annam by annopasana, live long by pranopasana. Is only arthavada कहते हैं उसको. Arthavada is the value is told, importance is told, or the result is told only to inspire us to go to that level. But purpose हमारा वहाँ रुकना नहीं. Neither anna nor prana. We have to reach to the finally the Brahma only. एक ही अटेम्प्ट में ब्रह्म पे हमको जाना है, बीच में भटकना है. Now, this Pranamaya Kosha concludes with this last but most important thing. What is it, you know? Tasya means of this Pranamayasya Purvasya. What is that which before this Pranamaya? Annamayasya. For this Annamaya, Esha Eva Sharire Annamaye Bhavaha Shariraha Atma. Kaha Yaha Esha Pranamaya. Very important thought. That's what this pranamaya, which is in the sharira, that is annamaya, all pervaded, is the atma of the annamaya kosha. Till now, this word has not been used. It is पूर्ण है, ये सर्वव्यापक है. प्राणमय होने के कारण ही अन्नमय में लाइफ है, एक्टिविटीज है, and that longevity is there. All of them are told. The conclusion of all of that is this one. The main mantra is Tasyaisha Esha Sarira Atma. या पूर्वस्य है ना. तस्मा तस्येष एव शारीर आत्मा यह पूर्वस्य. This is in the main Mula mantra of the Upanishad, Anuvakame. Tasya esha eva sharira atma. Means tasya annamayasya esha pranamayaha, who is sharira, means fully permeating the sharira, is atma. तस्य कस्य यह पूर्वस्य. पूर्व क्या था? प्राण अन्नमय था. सो अन्नमय रूपी शरीर में शारीर बनकर, शारीर मीन्स शरीर के अंदर पूरा फैला हुआ रहना. अन्नमय शरीर में शारीर के रूप में जो प्राणमय है, दैट प्राणमय इज आत्मा ऑफ द अन्नमय. There should be no doubt. Therefore, without pranamaya, there is no annamaya at all. So, try to lift our attention and identity to the level of prana from the annamaya. After this, with this, the pranamaya kosha explanation is done. इसी का हमें मनन चिंतन करते हुए thorough we have to make our knowledge. Now comes that even beyond, subtler than, inside it, all pervading, the pranamaya is the manomaya. See, tasmat va ye tasmat pranamayaat anyaha antaha atma manomayah. Tena esha purnaha sava esha purusha vidaha tasya purusha vidatam anvayam purusha vidaha. All common about the pranamaya. Like the annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya also is purusha vidha because of pranamaya. In that purusha vidatvam, in that pakshitvam, in the pranamaya also, manomaya also, these are the 5 limbs that are there. And it's a very important, crucial topic about manomaya and its 5 limbs. Manomaya pakshi. उसके जो है यजुरेव शिरः रुक् दक्षिण पक्षः सामोत्तर पक्षः आदेश आत्मा महापुच्छम प्रतिष्ठा. It is sublime thoughts. I'm sure we'll try to understand, and definitely I know we will not, but कोशिश करेंगे. Or who knows, maybe God's grace we may catch it. So when we come tomorrow, straight away, maybe in 4-5 minutes, Anna Prana summarize karke, straight away we enter into Manomaya Kosha. And again, listen, we have to be so serious in the study of this. Other than this study, nothing should be in the mind distracting us. Then only, like a scientist or investigating person, we can investigate each of the subtler koshas and become one with that as an Atma, transcend the outer koshas. That is how, through the Panchakosha Viveka and Panchakosha Tadatmya, Tyaga, that self Brahman which is beyond all that, we realize. May Bhagavan give us all the strength, all the wisdom, all the readiness, really to understand this great wisdom and transcend each of the koshas and reach the self. Thank you. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paravrashibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namo Tatsat. Brahmarpणमस्तु. Yes. Let us study our text Patanjali thoda sa.